Do not travel to Iceland. Hey everybody, I did not cause a volcanic eruption in Iceland at all from Frank Down. Hey everybody, I'll say hi to every single person, the whole entire face of the planet Earth. This is a last couple of days of summer of 2024, a meteorological summer. Things going great so far on my side. I'm doing great so far.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
I'd like to say hi to Joey Only. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey Only.
Hi, Joey.
I'm Frank Dump. You're listening to Meteorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Atlantic. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. He used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. He's a big fan of Prince George Cougars hockey team in Western Hockey League. And Joey Only fights fires in Wells, British Columbia. He's a really nice guy. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM, Prince George, and CKUW 95.9 FM, and CFPX 92.5 FM, and Caleb Rogers. Cable Access TV in Vancouver Island. Joey Only's a really nice man. He lives in Wells, British Columbia. It's on the YouTube channel, Caribou Weather Dude. It's on every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Joey Only's a really nice guy. I got a lot of fans all the way in British Columbia and Alberta. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Dalton. You're listening to Meteorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hello, listeners at C4 88.7 FM in Prince George, listeners at CKUW 95.9 Winnipeg, listeners at CFBX 92.5 Kamloops, and all you television watchers at Rogers Television, Vancouver Island. This is the Comedeorological Report, and I am your host, Joey Only, up here in Wells, British Columbia. That's right, I'm here with my panel of cometeorologists talk about how much the weather sucks in Canada. Comedy plus meteorology. That is the science of cometeorology that I have come up with alongside my esteemed colleague and associate, Dr. Frankie McDonald. He's here. We'll talk to Frankie McDonald in just a minute, the world's best weatherman. He's out in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Also with us is, of course, the Haukinator, Brandon Hauk out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I was doing so good. Brandon Hauk out in Brooks, Alberta. He is out there right there. He is the radio weatherman, everyone's voice of weather in Alberta. They know that, Brandon Hauk. He's a special guy.
That'd be because I'm on the radio right now. And I tend to get sexier by the time I go on the air, so that's how it works here.
Northern BC right now, not so far from me, is Karen Richards up in Prince George. She's the moderator of Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers, a Facebook group that I founded 10 years ago. It's got 37,000 people on it. And Hilding Donaldson, he's the cowboy up there in Grassy Plains, BC. And down southern BC, we got meteorologist Mark Engels. I think that's everybody. Wow, okay. I almost got through it fluidly. Okay. Without any further ado, let's go to Frankie McDonald. Frankie! How you doing so far, buddy?
I'm doing great so far. Weather is going to bring lots of thunderstorms Friday and Saturday all across central states and Ontario. Then again, another cold front going through Ontario Saturday and Sunday and Monday. All across the eastern United States and Canada this time of the year. It's the summer and fall fighting each other this time of the year. Then they got another set of cool weather coming on Monday and Tuesday around my area too. Then the cool air takes over once again.
Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
On Labor Day, the warm air, cool air fighting each other this time of the year. That's in all across the eastern United States and eastern Canada. Then they got some warm weather all across British Columbia, including BC, Ontario. Got still really hot in Vancouver, British Columbia this Saturday and the Sunday coming up. It's going to bring really hot temperatures in Greater Vancouver, British Columbia, and Victoria, and all these places, including Seattle, Portland, and Southern California. It's going to be really hot. It's going to bring lots of thunderstorms in Texas and interior eastern United States. Trey Cable still doing stand-up comedy these days.
Is he? Is he funny?
Yeah, he's doing stand-up comedy in Austin, Texas. And did you hear about this? Ange TV just got married.
Ange TV got married?
The guy who used to interview me back in 2022, he just does sports predictions on his YouTube channel now, Ange TV.
He's not allowed to do podcasts no more, I guess.
He gave it up himself. He decided to give it up.
Okay. See? That's why I told you, everybody. That's why. Keep my doors locked.
And the weather all across and Mexico and Central America. Lots of rain, thunderstorms, and forecasts in Central America, like Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and all these countries, including Panama. Be prepared! Lots of rain, thunderstorms in Venezuela, including Caracas, Venezuela. It's really dry in Brazil and Amazon rainforest in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's really dry right now. It's in dry season Amazon rainforest. So it's Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador. In northern Chile, it's really dry right now. A lot of rain on the coast areas of southern Chile. Lots of snow up in the mountains in southern Chile as well. It's really getting warm air and cold air fighting each other in Argentina right now. In southern Argentina, because their spring starts on Sunday. Their meteorological spring starts on Sunday down southern tip of Argentina. And I got something else to say. Warm weather in the United Kingdom right now. Got warm weather and colder weather fighting each other in the UK, including, and the hot weather. It's in thunderstorms in the forecast. But Paris 2024 Paralympics is going on, including Spain and Portugal, and the hot weather and thunderstorms in the forecast. And they got the hot weather in Germany right now, including Belgium, and lots of rain in the forecast up in Iceland this Saturday, Sunday coming up. And they got snow up in the mountains of Iceland as well. Do not travel to Iceland. If anybody lives in Iceland, be prepared for major volcanoes.
Don't go to Iceland.
Warm weather heading towards Norway this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday coming up. They got lots of showers in the forecast and rain in Finland, in Western Russia, and Poland's really warm right now. Thunderstorms and rain forecast in parts of Italy right now. But hot temperatures and chance of showers or thunderstorms, including Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Albania, Greece, and Turkey right now. In Romania and those places. Ukraine, it's really hot there right now. Ukraine. In Moscow, Russia, it's really hot there. It's so warm in Moscow, Russia. Hurricane warning! Earthquake warning! Hurricane warning! Earthquake warning! There's a typhoon just hit. Oh my God, in Japan right now. Then they got multiple typhoons. Supposed to be another typhoon hitting for Taiwan next weekend, but too early to tell yet. It could be multiple storms hitting for China and Taiwan at this time of the year. They're in the peak of the typhoon season in the Western Pacific already. And lots of rain, thunderstorms going on in southern China. It's getting, leaves already changing colors, starting to warm air, cold air, fighting each other in Siberia and Mongolia right now. And lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in Hong Kong right now, including Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines, including Singapore, Malaysia, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, including northern Indonesia right now, northwestern Indonesia, and the weather all across India. It's still monsoon season there right now. The possible cyclone aiming towards the parts of the Middle East, but it's going to die off. And lots of rain and thunderstorms this weekend coming up. It's still in the monsoon season in India, like Mumbai, India, New Delhi, India, those places. Lots of thunderstorms and rain in Ethiopia, parts of Sudan, and things like this. Uganda, Congo, southern Congo, those places. And lots of rain thunderstorms in Congo, Gabon, Nigeria, Ghana, and all those places. A lot of tropical waves coming off the west coast of Africa. So much rain going on in Ghana and Congo and all those places. In different countries around the world. Weather in southern Africa. Warm air, cold air fighting each other in South Africa. Their spring starts on Sunday. Then it got some cold air coming back and warm air fighting each other in Cape Town, South Africa. Cold air and hot air fighting each other in Cape Town, South Africa. It's really dry there in Namibia, Angola, South Africa, with a chance of showers to forecast, including Botswana, Mozambique, and it got some Madagascar's showers and forecast, including La Réunion and Mauritius Islands. And weather in Western Australia right now is lots of showers and forecasts. It's really dry in Northern Australia. Northern Australia will be entering rainy season next weekend. Then it got cold weather hitting for Southern Australia. There'll be Southern Hemisphere spring. And Tasmania this weekend coming up. They got cold air and some snow and rain forecast in Tasmania, south of Australia, and southwest Pacific. Cold air in New Zealand right now. There's lots of rain in the forecast in southern South Island, New Zealand. Then it got cold air hitting for Invercargill, New Zealand next week as well. In Auckland, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, Hamilton, New Zealand, Gisborne, New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand, Graceville, New Zealand, including Nelson, New Zealand, including Christchurch down in Queenstown, New Zealand. Snowing up in the mountains too, there too. In Antarctica, starting to get some daylight. It's starting to get some gradually warming up for the next few months in Antarctica. And did you hear about this? Up in the Arctic, starting to get some darkness there already up in the Arctic. Then they got rain in the forecast this weekend coming up in Iceland. Do not travel to Iceland.
Frankie, what's the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane?
It's a different location. It's the same storm.
That's right. A typhoon hits Taiwan and Thailand.
And they call it hurricanes in Eastern Pacific too.
Anyone else got questions for Frankie McDonald? Though before I do ask, Frankie, I heard that people should not travel to Iceland.
Volcanic eruption.
Yeah, other people were saying that maybe that you, Frankie, maybe had something to do with that.
It's a volcanic ash up in the sky and things like this.
You didn't cause any volcanoes recently?
I did not cause volcano recently. Hey everybody, I did not cause a volcanic eruption in Iceland at all from Frank Donald.
So, Frankie, if you didn't cause volcanoes recently, did you cause volcanoes in the distant past?
I did not cause any volcanoes at all.
Are you going to in the future?
None.
If you do, will you let us know first?
I don't cause volcanoes at all.
He doesn't cause volcanoes at all. Brandon, you got a big smile on your face. You got a question for Frank?
Hey Brandon, you'll be getting a life-size cardboard cutout of Frank Down for the Gary Dino show before you know it.
Oh, I can't wait.
You'll be talking to Dino about this on Saturday night on Blue Zoom.
All
I'm
right.
jealous.
I'll make
I'm
sure to
jealous.
talk to Dino.
Yes. Don't forget.
What's your question this week for Frankie, Brandon?
Oh, are you excited for hockey season, Frankie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the Ottawa Senators signed a new player today, I saw. No questions for Frankie this week.
Hey Karen, I'm doing great so far. And did you hear about this? And how's the weather in your area, Karen?
It's been, 2 days ago it was really, really cold. Today it's absolutely beautiful. Is that going to continue?
And the warm air, cold air fighting each other this time of the year. Then it'll be Southern Hemisphere. Spring starts on September 1st. Same day as Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere fall in meteorological form.
I need more warm weather. Summer.
Australia will be getting a lot of large hail next month, October, November. There'll be severe weather season in Australia.
That's the hail season for Australia, isn't it?
Yes. How's the weather up in grassy plains?
Nothing specific for Frankie, but I was gone, of course, for 2 weeks. But then when I came home here, it would play around like it's going to be warm, and then we would have a cool afternoon every day. That's how it's been this week.
And did you hear about this? That means that how much fire is going on in British Columbia so far.
Yeah, it's not too bad right now. Not too bad. We've had some down weather for a little while, so it's pretty good. The weather suppresses the fire behavior. When you don't have real hot temperatures and you have a high humidity and you take some rain on some of these and cloud cover, keeping the sun off the fires and all that. But I think some of those fires have still survived this drenching. And I think with the hot weather coming back to BC, we're going to see a few of them wake up at least and make themselves visible one last time.
And that means the fires could be back for one more time.
One more go. Yeah, I think though up in the Northeast especially, there's fires that are still showing activity up there today. So I think as the heat builds in this week, they will wake up. Well, without much further ado then, let's head down to Brooks, Alberta and talk to our friend Brandon Hauk and get to everyone's favorite,
the Brandon Hauk Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Hauk Report.
The Brandon Hauk Report.
Brandon, did you hear about this? You'll be getting the Gary and Dino cardboard cutout, Frankie Down, bring it up to Brooks, Alberta. You'll be talking to Dino about this on Saturday night.
Oh, I didn't know about that. That sounds awesome, doesn't it?
I like those guys, Gary and Dino.
Is it like not only is Gary and Dino's show tougher than us, but they're also funnier and more popular.
Where should I put you? Should I put you in front of the McDonald's or maybe the A&W? I think the A&W.
And the cardboard cutout, Frank Down in Brooks, Alberta.
Yes. We'll put you at the A&W. We'll say that you're stealing Wi-Fi.
They have to get the cardboard cutout. They have to put the Gary and Dino cardboard cutout, Frank Down, if you head to Calgary too.
Oh, yes.
Cardboard cutouts cannot steal Wi-Fi, Brandon.
I guess, yeah. That'll be kind of tough for that to happen. That's if there's any Wi-Fi to steal. You know.
Everyone knows that. So, how is the weather in Western Canada right now there, Brandon Mania?
Oh, Western Canada. Well, last week was summer, full on summer, and then early this week it was nice and warm to start the week, and then all of a sudden a low pressure system moved in, went kind of vertically stacked, and it decided to circle around. And oh my goodness, we had pretty good rainfall across the province of Alberta yesterday, with some areas picking up as high as 80 millimeters of rain in a few locations. And then in the mountains, they got significant amount of snow, especially the Highwood Pass there. I got some pictures of Assiniboia mountain range there where they picked up at least 20 centimeters of snow. And some of my friends were out camping in that snow in a tent, and 20 centimeters of snow and tenting is probably not a lot of fun. That is for sure. And yeah, some big time snow starting to melt now with the warmer air starting to move its way in, and then strong winds along with the rain. And then we had funnel clouds yesterday. So we had snow, we had funnel clouds. Alberta, right? Pretty much in a nutshell this week. And we had severe weather on the eastern prairies there last couple of days as well, especially in southern Saskatchewan, I believe. Yeah, last weekend, I think. Yeah, or a couple of days ago, they had a couple of decent little supercells developed there. So, yeah, it's been a wild weather ride, that's for sure. And this wild weather ride about to continue as we have the upper ridge of high pressure really starting to take over as we get into the weekend here. And we are anticipating to see a big jump in temperature, especially Sunday and a Monday, where we return to the 30s and possibly getting as high as 34 degrees here by Labor Day Monday there. And then we'll see a return to some active weather, likely Tuesday. I think that's going to be our next shot at possibly seeing a few strong to severe thunderstorms again in this area of Alberta for the beginning of next week before we take a little bit of a cool down. Now, I do have a couple of wild news stories for you. Yes, I do. So I know this is everybody's favorite part of the Brandon Hauk Report when I pull out some wild news stories. And first one, a guy went to the store in Ontario and he bought himself some cookies. Well, he brought home those cookies and he found out those cookies were not for humans. They were for dogs. And he wrote a little complaint into the store, but the cookies were in the dog aisle. So it was more his fault than the store's, you know, but they looked like Oreo cookies, but they were dog treats. So, so that's one story. Now, another story. Oh, this one's good. Fish and wildlife officers along the west coast of the U.S. will remove invasive owl species. That's right. And once they remove them, there will be no one left to give a hoot. Okay. That's Brandon.
Oh,
When it comes to deciding such things, who gets to make that decision?
Who?
Who?
Who goes there? Oh.
In the chat there, Gamma was mentioning that the mushrooms are out, and that's true. So we had some, I noticed the other day at the ball field here in Wells, some brand new mushrooms that just exploded up overnight. And they're big guys like this, right? And you see them a couple times throughout the year, those particular spores in that patch. But that's always a sign of, it's definitely cooled down here in the mountains. But enough that I had the wood stove going at night. How's it down in southern BC though, Mark Ingalls? It's obviously maybe hitting as low as 7 degrees at night. I guess during that cooler snap, but you probably don't have a wood stove.
No, but I live on the 4th floor, so I don't have to worry about heat. In fact, we have the windows open. We have the windows open almost every night. It was really nice. You know, I love cold rain, and we got 60 millimeters here. Well, that's what the Vancouver airport recorded. I saw a station near my house that was like 90 millimeters. I don't know if that's true or not, but it rained and it was nice. Now it's sunny and warm, and I today learned I knew this conceptually, but I got to enjoy it for the first time trying to leave Vancouver during rush hour, heading down to White Rock. And, you know, it took me 45 minutes to get up there and it took me an hour and a half to get back. So that was a special experience.
First mistake going to right walk at that time of day, and your second one was going to right walk.
You may notice I am actually a little off my game tonight because I spent so much time in traffic. I didn't have time to plan ahead. But we did have, I don't know if you have the video handy, but we did have a nice shelf cloud pass over us. I think it was on Monday. If not, it's whatever. But I see
I'm
that you
on it.
have it, so
I'm on it.
I'll continue. I'll continue talking. So we had this nice shelf cloud. It was this. I don't think it was really a squall line, but like we had this nice line of storms come across Victoria, across the strait, came in, and I texted my wife. I was like, "There's a storm coming. You got to get the time lapse going." And this is the nice thing about being married to a photographer is it came out really great. And so the Rogers TV people will be able to see this, and the YouTube people, of
Very
course. And
nice.
yeah, I know. It was awesome. And so we
Very
got to
nice.
watch this come in and yeah, don't use this video to stalk me. Rogers TV viewers. Yeah, and it's been warmer the last couple of days. We've got the ridge building over a lot of the continent right now, but this weekend we've got an upper level low that's going to swing into the southern Oregon coast. Like we had early last week, this is a really prime setup to have mountain thunderstorms in the very least. And what this does is as the air goes around the low, it comes up. We will be on the east side of the low, which means we will be on the side where the wind is coming out of the south. So Sunday, as the low approaches the coast, will be actually pretty warm here. I think we're looking at like 28 degrees in the lower mainland. I don't think there's a lot of risk of thunderstorms in the lowland areas, either in the lower mainland or further south into the US, but we should see some mountain thunderstorms out of this, and I think we'll get some of that into BC as well. But this will bring cooling Monday and Tuesday to at least my part of BC. And then we're back into warmer weather the second half of next week, which is a real bummer. We are heading into meteorological fall, as Frankie astutely noted. That starts September 1, and we use meteorological seasons differently from astronomical seasons.
And solar season starts on August 7th, November 7th, March 7th, and May 7th. February 7th and May 7th. That's solar seasons.
Yes, there are many ways to count the seasons, and the meteorological seasons are the best way. It makes it easy for the climatological calculations, and it's just better. So everyone, fall starts September 1st. This is my unbiased opinion.
August 31st on a Saturday is the last day of meteorological summer.
Yes, that's right. And I will not be on next week, which means the next time I'm on this show, I will be 30 years old. So 1 foot in the grave. We're gonna go camping down on the Oregon coast for my birthday. That'll be a lot of fun. I do have 2 items of news though. First one is a serious one. I just saw this as the show started.
People in Vancouver, you can't escape from major earthquakes forever. Earthquakes are unpredictable in Japan. We can't escape from earthquakes for forever, and people in Japan can't escape from earthquakes forever.
Japan and the Western U.S. have an early warning system for earthquakes. What this does is our technology now is good enough that the system will sense an earthquake, and it will immediately, if it's above a certain threshold, blast out a text message to everyone in the risk area and say there's an earthquake coming in the next like 30 seconds. So you have enough time to get in under a desk, or in Japan, they also use this system to stop trains and stuff before the shaking starts, or close bridges. It's automated. And because it happens so fast, it's not really like the data that goes through is not very high quality, but when you're talking about, a 20% chance of an earthquake that can kill thousands of people, you're doing the best you can. So Canada, Natural Resources Canada, just announced today that this system is live in British Columbia. We now have an early earthquake warning system in British Columbia. This will send out text messages in the same way that like people on the prairies get tornado warnings blasted to their phones. It's the same system. Or I know they've done this for some fire evacuations, and they did it for the Chilcotin flood So that system will be used for early earthquake warnings. Of course, like this is an earthquake hazard region, but that doesn't mean we have earthquakes every day. But like if you see this text message come across, you have like 30 seconds at most. And you know what? Like if it's bad data, like what's the worst that came out of it? Oh, you crouched under your table for a minute and a half and nothing happened. Oh no. But the alternative is you don't listen to it and then you die. Right. So if you get one of these text messages that says earthquake detected, drop, cover, hold on, you go through the earthquake precautions, you get under the table and you hold on. And hopefully none of us have to experience that in a really detrimental sort of way. But it's nice that we have this. And I was really surprised. This will be going live in Eastern Ontario and Southern Quebec later this year. And I didn't realize that's an earthquake region, but I did look on the map and it kind of is. So that's
the
really
strongest
interesting.
earthquake I ever personally felt. I was in Ontario.
Wow. So this is live now in British Columbia, and it will be going live in Eastern Ontario and Southern Quebec later this year. I don't know kind of what cities that covers, but I imagine by Eastern Ontario, they mean like Golden Horseshoe, and then I don't know the geography of Quebec very well, other than it's all French towns I can't pronounce. And since this is an English language program, I can say that without fear. And then in Union, Oregon, the city had to make this post on social media. It says, Union has been experiencing problems with people making a mess in the park bathrooms almost on a daily basis with fecal matter. So
Lovely.
evidently somebody's been like smearing poo all over the walls and the toilets and stuff of the city bath, like in the parks, on a daily basis in Union, Oregon. This is in Eastern Oregon, where there's not much else going on, and they're talking about having to close the park bathrooms down because this is such a big problem for them. It's a real crappy situation if you have a 4-year-old at the park and bathrooms locked because some idiot keeps smearing poo everywhere.
Yeah, probably the same guy too.
Is it you?
No, definitely not me.
So that's all I have tonight.
Well, remember, people, when you hear that sound on your phone, duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
Is this your new album coming out?
That's how you survive a atomic blast.
Oh yeah, that's because you're old enough to remember those days, eh?
They should have an asteroid warning too.
They still have atomic bombs, actually.
The days when you had those drills.
Yep, to duck and cover. Just like that weird turtle.
I actually was in the 2001 Nisqually earthquake. I lived near Tacoma at the time, and that was a 6.8. The house we lived in on the military base there was built in the 50s, and we ended up moving to a different nearby military base shortly after. And I don't know if that was because the earthquake damaged the home or not, because I was like 7, but that was pretty wild. And one person died, and there were pictures from Seattle of the unreinforced masonry that had collapsed on cars and stuff. Earthquakes are not to be messed with, and so really, like, again, the chance of this happening even like this year is very small. But in the off chance that you get it, like, studies show that people, when they get an alert on their phone or something, they always look for a second source before taking action. And if you get the earthquake text message, like, you don't have time to do that. Your second source will either be the earthquake comes in 30 seconds or it doesn't. And again, what's the worst case scenario if you don't follow it? You either, are in this really bad situation and something falls on you and you die, or, oh no, you crouched under a table for a minute and a half. Like, seriously, the cost benefit analysis when you run it Can you tell I work in a financial market? The cost benefit analysis when you run it, like just follow the text message. This is the one. If any, like you should follow all of them, but any of them, this is the one where you just do it immediately. And it's very cool that we have this now in British Columbia.
Definitely one of those times you don't message me. What was that, Karen?
We're so complacent here in BC that we don't, nobody listens to those warnings.
Joey, what should I do? It says we should evacuate. I'm like, well, why are you writing me?
Right. But yeah, if you get the earthquake text, you don't have time. Like, because this is not predicting an earthquake. This is saying an earthquake has happened and is heading toward you. And these things move very quickly. And so even if like I got a text right now for one out off the coast of Vancouver Island, I would have 30 seconds. And that's easily like 250 or 300 kilometers from me. So you just do it. And, you know, if it's wrong, then like,
who cares?
Right, exactly.
This supersedes our old early warning system, which was just Frankie.
Earthquake warning! And they had an earthquake somewhere in the world.
People of Vancouver, you can't escape from earthquakes forever.
I heard actually that they also came out with a new sound, and it is Frankie's siren.
I guess we're at that point of the show where, you know, we better move on and talk about... Oh my God! That was a close one.
You have that in Wells, not in northern BC.
All right, not too much damage. Not too much damage. The camera's a little crooked there, but I think all in all we managed to survive that one. But there you go, people. Don't take. I had Mark on the line. I could have even asked him, Mark, what should I do? But no, I just took. I
already told you what to do. This is your. Again, studies show people look for a second line of confirmation. This is it right now. Me telling you is your second line of confirmation. You just do it. Okay? Like, I understand. I even like to look for a second line of confirmation as a meteorologist. But, like, no, you just do it. With the earthquake one, don't F around. Just do it. And with that, I'm going to go to bed.
Just do it, Mark.
Yeah, I used to live in Portland and had a lot of Nike friends, so
just do it.
Portland made the Nikes, I guess, eh? I didn't know that.
Yes, the shoes, not the nuclear bombs.
Excellent.
Or I guess the missiles, not the bombs.
Yeah, they still have those things. They still exist.
Oh, and my daughter says it's almost Halloween.
It's not, but you can still live with the spirit of Halloween every day of the year like I do.
You want to see the spirit of Halloween?
Yeah.
We wanted to see if it would fit, and
really?
It does. But I'm not taking it down now.
You are a sick man.
You are.
So it'll be our Halloween tree for September and October, and for the listeners, it's got I can change their LEDs and I can change the color, so it's got orange and purple lights going.
So you're gonna put
you're
gonna put a big a sheet over top of the tree and make it a ghost, hey?
I need to get one of those Frankie cardboard cutouts, and he can be our Halloween angel.
That means Brandon, you'll be getting the Gary and Dino cardboard cutout of Frankendale. You'll be talking to Dino on Saturday night on Boo Zoom. Carol, say hi, Joey only.
Hello.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey.
I'm Frankendale. You listen to Comedeorology Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. And Joey only's a really nice guy. He lives in Wells, British Columbia. And Joey only used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League. He's a big fan of Prince George Cougars Western Hockey League team. It's on, he has a YouTube channel, Favorable Weather Dude. Comedian plus meteorology. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM and Prince George is CKUW 95.9 FM and Winnipeg and CFBX 92.5 FM and Kamloops is on Rogers TV in Vancouver Island. And Joey only 3 nice guys alongside with Brandon Help, Anderson, Cookie Bailey, Joel Stover, and Hank and Hildy Donaldson and Olivier of Nunavut. Joey only's a really nice man. I'm on his podcast every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Joey Only Show every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi.
calves will never be delicate and friendly, even though I was at first I was at Smithers in June, and then I was at Music on the Mountain and second weekend of August, and then last weekend I was at Robson Valley, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, my kids are at Robson Valley Festival.
Yeah, your wife was, or your ex was my
Yeah, care. Whoa there.
my green team coordinator, or my green team person. She is every year at Robson. I would say that there wasn't as much really dramatic dance this year, but there were some really good quality ones. So it was like they didn't have the fire eaters and circus bands quite the same, but they had some bands that had really, really good music. And like Kayla Williams and the Yacht Dotties. I like them. And they actually brought me up on stage for the closeout. So we made hay and closeout last stage. That was
song nice. Making hay.
Yeah. And I did put a set of my own music on stage this year too. At Robson.
That's good, man.
So, yeah. Yeah, and it was kind of interesting. Actually, it's a weather-related issue here. Robson is going to change the date of their festival. They've always been the third weekend in August, but they're having so much fire activity in August the last 2 years. They've been on the fence as to last minute having to shut the festival down. And so they've decided they're going to change the date so it hasn't been exactly decided yet. But
well, quite a few festivals had that problem this year, right?
What's that?
Quite a few festivals did have that problem this year.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, like Archwell's had the problem, and it was kind of interesting. All the people from Jasper that normally come to the Robson Valley Festival, and even some who got free tickets late, came because they were still evacuated and they needed to be somewhere, and they might as well go to a festival. But at the same time, we had a terrible time with bees this year because smoke in the high valleys where they had lightning strikes and small fires going on drove all the bees down into the low valleys. And then a whole bunch of bees came in like from Jasper direction, chased in by the smoke. I shouldn't say bees, I should say wasps. And mostly it was wasps they had trouble with. Well, but there was all kinds of insects that were displaced by smoke. And so we have all these insects coming in displaced by the smoke. And so Seth, I think, eradicated 27 wasp nests while he was making camping spots for the festival. I drove in there at midnight on Tuesday night and drove up beside a tree and drove over a rotten stump, and all of a sudden the air was covered with wasps. I couldn't set my tent. I had to sleep in the truck and couldn't go get out half the time because they were just pelting my windows.
Last time I was stung by a wasp was at Robson Valley, at Rocco's place, Devin Rocco's place. But I was staying there because I was playing at the festival, and that's one of the places they put the performers over the years, and Devin Rocco's. And it stung me right in the ear, the bugger. And then I was so mad. I was like, I'm going to find your nest and I'm going to kill every last one of you guys. And I got all brave because I sometimes will do crazy things like that, like take 4 or 5 stings just to get revenge and destroy their colony that stung me in the first place. Like, you declared war on me first, it's on. Deb gave me a big can of Raid, and I was going to go and hit this thing and like punish them. And then when I saw the hive, and it was like, and I said, you win again, wasps.
It was a big one, was it?
And I wasn't going to fight that one, no. You win
well,
again.
The one that I drove
wasps.
against actually was in a rotten root under a tree, and they went into the hollow tree. And so, Seth and Terry went down there then the next night and burned their special wasp thing right up into the base of the tree, and I guess it killed it. it was a nice introduction to getting to the festival. The first thing you do in the middle of the night, you get attacked by angry wasps.
And it's a really good place, Seth and Cher are really good people. It's on their property, and they wouldn't purposely have you get stung by hornets or wasps or bees or anything like that. So, don't just hearing that story, don't think that's the way it is, but that was the way it was in August this year. And I can understand that festivals wanted to switch to earlier times of year. I think the culture of festivaling has changed a lot since COVID too.
There's the fact that that there are other things weather related, like weather in the spring made it so that their tree planting season was different too, which changes the dynamic for them preparing for the festival. So I can understand them moving it. People got the message on the radio when Cher announced it that Ross Valley was going to stop. And everybody was like, they can't stop. It's the best festival in the country. And they're like, no, we don't make any plans to stop. We just want to change the time so that it's more compatible to the people who come.
A lot of times festivals don't want to switch their dates because they've carefully planned that over the years, and every other festival has now got their dates kind of all lined up so that no one's stepping on each other. And I think at some point you got to say, hey, we've been doing this for a long time. We get to pick our date. And so what if it lands on the same weekend as someone else?
Sooner or later, people will understand and change their thinking about dates, and maybe it's good. Maybe it makes some people decide to choose a different festival for a while, and then they find out that, this other festival has something they never realized that they really like.
But no, there's a realization that the new normal in BC is that there is no normal, and expect the height of summer to have fires. Until something changes, which is not going to change. It's probably going to get worse.
Wasps too.
It's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
One place where there will not be that's really well soaked right now. There was a hydrological incident inside the home of Karen Richards today.
Which I have to run here pretty soon because I actually have a plumber coming up here tonight to look.
You got a plumber?
I did. I found one.
Wow.
What changed in 2 hours from there's no plumber available to the middle of September to I'm available in 2 hours.
Connections. I actually have them. We haven't had a lot of rain. We've had cold. Not exactly in outside weather, but yeah. So inside my home today, we've had a flood. A water tank blew up. We're all good. We're all good. I have my granddaughter here for a week. So yeah. Hate to tell her we have to boil water, pour it into a tub for her bath tomorrow.
Yeah, it takes a long time to do that.
Good thing I'm used to canning. I have my big canning pot.
That is good. Yeah, that would help you.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not outside weather, it's inside weather.
Yeah, we've had inside weather reports from Imogen before, who was at metal shows and wrestling matches and things like that. The wrestling matches were particularly humid, she said.
I am soaked in gore just like everyone else. I am a human sponge. It was wet, it was dank, it was disgusting, it was murder mayhem. And it was so much fun.
And Joey, did you get the video for my Magadan forecast?
I did. I got Frankie's videos right here lined up, actually. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for some Frankie videos, I think.
Yes.
Well, good night, Karen. Good luck with your hot water tank. I hope you do have hot water.
Thank you for the adult company.
Yeah, we're so adult-like here at the show.
Well, that's why I put it in, like these.
I'm like the opposite I was saying today. It's like
adult company for tonight.
When I have to deal with adults for a while, then I'm like, afterwards, when my kids show up, I'm like, thank God it's kids.
Thanks, guys. Love ya. I will talk to you soon.
All right, Karen. Good night, and thanks for all your hard work, weather watchers.
To get the Bass Guys Show studio restored, you have to go to www.bassguyshow.com. To tip money to get Bass Guys Studio back and microphones and all the Bass Guys Studio equipment back from a lot of flooding from remnants of Tropical Storm Debbie that struck Montreal, West Island, St. Anne de Bellevue. Jack Casey, aka Bass Guy Show, He lives in Montreal, West Island, and Saint Anne de Bellevue. And go to www.baseguyshow.com. Click tip. The tip money for to get the Base Guys Show studio back from all the flooding and damages and things like this. You have to click tip on the www.baseguyshow.com. Bass is the bass guitar. Guy is the guy playing the bass guitar. I'm on Bass Guy Show every Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Atlantic Time. You have to tip money to get the Bass Guy Show studio restored as soon as you can. For the Bass Guy Show, to all listeners of the Bass Guy Show, including Jack Casey, aka Bass Guy Show from Franktown. This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station, live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Heavy rains headed towards Magadan, Russia on Friday, August 30th, 2024. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Magadan, Russia. Temperature's going to be cooler, and the autumn equinox has arrived early in Yakutsk Republic of Saka, Russia. The leaves have changed colors already in Yakutsk, Magadan, and Oymyakon, Russia. And the weather's getting colder up in Norilsk, closed city of Norilsk, Russia, and Krasnoyarsk region. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Magadan, Russia, and surrounding areas. It's going to bring a lot of rain since the low pressure system's headed towards Magadan, Russia. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Magadan, Russia on Friday, August 30th, 2024. It's going to start on Thursday, August 29th, during the evening hours in Magadan, Russia, including surrounding areas near Magadan, Russia, and leaves have changed colors up in Yakutsk Republic of Saka, Russia, so it's Oymyakon, Russia, including closed city of Norilsk, Russia. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Magadan, Russia. I want everyone in Russia be prepared. Then it's going to start snowing in the end of September up in Siberia, and so the winter will be starting up in Siberia in late September, October. There'll be winter time in Siberia, including Yakutsk, Chita, Russia, Irkutsk, Krasnoyarsk, closed city in Norilsk, Russia, Magadan, Russia. They'll be getting a lot of stormy weather in Magadan, Russia before you know it. This Friday coming up is going to bring a whole lot of rain in Magadan, Russia, and the surrounding areas as well. Be extra prepared for people living in Magadan, Russia, Yakutsk, Russia, closed city in Norilsk, Russia, because the winter is coming. Because the Siberian high is going to develop over Siberia. That's going to bring extremely cold temperatures, and another few months away in Siberia, including Yakutsk, closed city in Norilsk, and the surrounding areas in Magadan, Russia, and the surrounding areas, including Chita, Russia, and all those places, including Kolyma Highway, Lena Highway, Elmer Highway, and the surrounding areas as well. Be extra prepared for people in Norilsk, Russia, Yakutsk, Russia, Magadan, Russia, and the surrounding areas as well. If anybody living in Magadan, Russia, be prepared for heavy rain on Friday, August 30th, 2024. Take care, stay safe, and don't get caught in heavy rain. Stay warm and dry and be safe. And the autumn has arrived in Siberia, including closed city in Norilsk, Magadan, and Yakutsk Republic of Saka, Russia already. Leaves have changed colors to like yellow, orange, red, brown, and surrounding areas. Be extra prepared, be safe.
Be prepared, be safe. The leaves are changing color up there. Be prepared for the leaves changing color. Good videos this week, Frankie. So Debbie didn't hit Frankie. Bass Guy got hit instead.
Yes. I'm not getting hit by Debbie.
You're not?
Bass Guy is.
Okay.
And you got to check out www.bassguyshow.com.
Yeah, that's Bass Guy is one of your best friends in the world, isn't he?
You have to check out his website, bassguyshow.com.
Yeah, I like Jack Casey too. He's a good guy. He's one of those nice people, you know.
Earthquake warning!
Oh no! Ah! Sorry about that. Back down.
Welcome back.
I'm back now. Everything's okay.
And they had an earthquake somewhere in the world.
The flowers are still standing. Thank goodness I ducked and covered.
Good job. Well done.
Yeah, you gotta make sure whenever you see an
I'll let
atomic flash.
how you did. I'll let Mark know how you did.
When you see an atomic flash, duck and cover. Duck and cover. That's a good
Gotta
song.
be a
If you ever get a
country
chance, watch the old documentary. It's on YouTube as well. I'm sure available in other streaming services. Watch the documentary called Atomic Cafe. You should see that one. That's an old classic. It was put out, I don't know, maybe late 70s or 80s probably. Maybe the 80s I would think it was probably put together actually. And what it is, it's a compilation of clips from the atomic era and clips from atomic tests and interviews of people talking about commercials of people trying to sell you stuff because, you know, using the atom hysteria. And it's a very interesting documentary still. And it does bring up the point that, you know, Mark, you know, does, you know, made it correctly that growing up in the 80s, there was still that talk, you know, especially I was born in Trenton, Ontario, and, you know, ended up growing up most of my childhood an hour north thereof, but there was always that talk, you know, of the Soviets, if they're going to, if a shooting war starts, Trenton's going to get hit. It's the biggest air base in Canada. This was a part of the reality we lived in the 80s. And what concerns me is the complacency over the years that's developed. First, starting with how there was the hysteria, it was everything atom, right? And then it sort of leads to this numbing effect. And over time, and then there was the drills back then. They did drills. They had civil defense messages on TV, what to do, and you know what this, you know. And then eventually that stuff stopped, and eventually they stopped talking about duck and cover, and which actually does, you know, unless you're within 8 miles of the blast itself, you know, and if it's depending if it's how thermonuclear the blast is, your best chance would probably be to duck and cover. Absolutely, you know, unless you're in the zone that will get vaporized. Some of those atomic tests did show that people who were below staircases and hidden underneath things tended to survive. But so the complacency continues, and now the fall of the Berlin Wall and, you know, the end of the Soviet Union, and this sort of belief that now the threat of nuclear war is over. Don't fool yourself. There's more nuclear armed countries now than there has, you know, maybe there are fewer nukes in the United States Army arsenal and Russia as well. There's enough. They have enough to do the job.
Yeah,
you know, you got Israel and shooting wars going on, shooting rockets into Lebanon this week, and Lebanon shooting back, and Iran, the hostilities there. And Israel's a nuclear armed country. Iran's trying to build a nuke, you know, so it worries me that we have this complacency towards to nuclear war, which is a very real and existential threat. You know,
well, then there's all the
climate
nuclear
change.
ordnance that is outdated that's still out there.
Yeah, there's some of that.
It's out there somewhere.
There is some of that, you know, and toxic waste doesn't just go away.
There was a scene on this Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where Indiana Jones himself goes into this house, and they have this countdown going on.
And he goes into the lead-lined fridge.
And yeah, it goes inside the fridge, pulls out all the
lead-lined fridge. It even says it right on it, lead-lined.
Yeah. And then, kaboom! And he survived.
Yeah, that's one of those shots from the early 50s. They did several. One in which they built a whole town. Some of the most famous shots that you would associate with that were from different tests, where they destroyed individual buildings. And you've seen that one shot of the building getting blown apart. That was from one of the first tests. The ones where they had the trees, they brought in all these big tall pine trees because they didn't grow there where the test site was. No trees grow there, so they brought these trees in and planted them in the ground and shot a nuclear bomb at them. Insane. Insane. All of it. Frankie?
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD. My ex, formerly known as Twitter, is at Frankie MacD. My link tree is Frankie MacDonald. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD 1984. My TikTok is FrankDome1984. My Clapper is FrankDome1984. My Twitch is FrankDome1984. My Snapchat is FrankDome. My YouTube channel Stalks Wolves, and my LinkedIn is FrankDome. Best luck there. I'm FrankDome. You know, there's a Comedeorological weather report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
Yeah, that's right. This is the Comedeorological report. And it's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. And I'm your not so spectacular host. Not even good at it, but I continue to do so. And we continue to gain one new follower every week here in the show. We're getting somewhere slowly. Getting there one step at a time, one person at a time. Well, I used to say for the band, you don't play for who didn't come. You don't worry about that. You play the show for who came.
Yep.
Right? So sometimes a band would walk into a place and get a little bit sad because there's half the people we thought should be here. Yeah, well, don't punish the audience who's there with your negative attitude. Go out there and play hard. Be awesome. And make them talk. So the other people who weren't there go, man, sounds like I really missed something.
Yeah.
Sounds like those guys were really putting out on the stage there, really playing hard, really sweating.
Yeah.
Really trying to deliver. Which we're not. We're not sweating or trying to deliver, but we're working towards it.
Yeah, can't give a hoot to those who don't show up. Huh?
Yes.
Well, I got several people interested that I met at the festivals this year, so that's going to bring a few more people in.
We're in the last minute of the Comedeorological weather report.
We are, Frankie.
Last minute.
I think we have
Last
an extra
minute to play.
I think we have an extra minute to fill in for time this week, so we probably have about 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes. 2 minutes to play in this last period. There we go. Getting set for hockey season,
Yeah, Frankie, how many goals do you think Austin Matthews is going to score this year?
A lot.
0.
On Ottawa.
He's going to try his best.
0.
Okay, here you go. This is a throwback. This is from the Government of Canada. Emergency alert system. A nuclear attack has been launched against Canada.
The launch of intercontinental
ballistic missiles are coming from Russia.
These missiles are loaded with
They do have nuclear warheads.
These missiles are expected to impact Canada in 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
The present trajectory of these missiles are still unknown. All levels of government have activated contingency measures.
Contingency measures have been taken by the Government of Canada.
Traveling, take protective cover immediately. If members of the Canadian Armed Forces direct you to safety, please follow them.
Please follow the members of the Canadian Armed Forces.
Enter the strongest part of your house or building which offers the best protection. Block basement windows with earth, bricks, concrete blocks.
That's it. I'm getting under the table.
If your home has no basement or crawl space, build your emergency shelter in that part of
That sucks down there. Well, that's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show, everybody. Sorry, we got to go because nuclear war has started, and we got 4 minutes to get to cover, to duck and cover. That's the show for this week, everybody.
Yes, that's the show.
That's the show, Brandon. You better get underground.
Okay. See ya.
Get your supply of canned goods, Hilding.
All right, going underground.
Get your battery radio there, Hilding.
Mm-hmm.
Do not venture outside. You heard the government voice. Well, that's the show, Frankie.
And I got something else to say.
Be prepared!
And I got something else to say. Hal, say hi, Joey only.
Hi.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joe only.
I'm finding out you're listening to Comedeorological weather report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Joey only runs the YouTube channel Terrible Weather Dude, Comedian plus Meteorology. Joey only used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. He's a big fan of Prince George Cougars Western Hockey League team. Joey only's a really nice guy. I'm friends with him, including Brandon Helk, Image, Cookie Bailey, Joe Stover, and all those guys. And Joey only is a really nice guy. He lives in Wells, British Columbia, fights fires and things like this. It's on the CFUR 88.7 FM Prince George and CKUW 95.9 FM Winnipeg and CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops. It's on Rogers TV in Vancouver Island. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. I'm on his podcast every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Best luck, I'm Frankie. Don't listen to Joey Only show every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Joey Only. Say
Hi, Joey Only. Hi, Joey Only.